Hey folks, well, a change of venue tonight. I'm down in the basement instead of out in the garage where it's cold. I feel like starting a fire just to warm it up for working on stuff for what might be an hour or so. I'm starting a new project tonight. Yeah, I know. I don't need another project. I've got the Jeep going, I've got the snowmobile going, amongst other things, but the Jeep's on hold until I can get some parts because I've decided to change direction a little bit with the body, and the snowmobile, well, it is what it is. I've mentioned this vehicle in the past, but let me show you what it is that I'm working on. There you go. Old Losi XX. I'm going to try to rejuvenate this. Now, I've got all the parts, but I made the mistake of wrecking the not wrecking the transmission, but using the transmission for a rock crawler. So now I did some damage to it, I guess you could say, and I need to undo that damage in some way. So what I did was I managed to find a Losi XXT a while back on Kijiji. Got it for cheap, I think 40 bucks, and going to use that for parts. So let me show you what I've got to work with here. Good old ice cream pail full of parts. There you can see, there's the original XX chassis, and I don't know if you can see with the crappy lighting. Just turn this other light on here. Might help a little bit. A graphite chassis and a regular chassis. This is from the XXT, but I mean, besides the material that was used, they're identical. So that'll work out good. And then here's, say, a bucket full of parts, original tires, still some fair bit of tread on the knobs, spare part, body pins, and then a big collection of crap. Now, what I plan on doing tonight is taking all these parts, taking everything that I figure I'm going to use, and I'm going to throw them in a dishwasher to clean them up, all the plastic. So that'll clean them up real good. And then once everything's clean, I can take my manual and start throwing it back together. Let me dig through all these parts and see if I can get them cleaned up. Alright folks, well, I ran a bunch of the parts through the dishwasher. I've heard of people or read about people doing that, but I've never actually done it before. So let's just get these parts out of the pail and see how well it works. They weren't that dirty to begin with, but they were dirty. Well, it looks pretty good. I imagine the tires, yeah, they got a little bit of water in them, but it's easy enough to fix. I'll just have to nip a few little holes in here, and that way when they spin, it spins the water out. But tires, sorry about the lighting, but I'll figure something else out if I'm going to be videoing down here. But they look pretty good. A little bit. There you go. They look pretty shiny. There's a little bit of dirt in there, but considering this car is, well, I would say it's pushing 20 years old. I'll have to look up online and see. I don't know if the manual shows any date on it at all. Probably not. So I'll have to take a boo on the internet and see when this car was originally released to get a better idea of how old it actually is. So yeah, there's a little bit of water, but the original chassis, the graphite chassis, obviously washing can't fix the scrapes and nicks and whatnot, but looks pretty good. Yeah, it turned out not too bad. And I also noticed, I'm not sure where they came from. They must have came with the truck when I bought it, but You can see this little bar on here. That means it's a new one, never been used. So I got a couple new front, lower, or I guess there's only lower arms with upper links. That's a new one. And otherwise that's used, and so forth. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let these all dry and call it a night. So my next video is just going to be, I'm going to start the build, to organize all these parts, get them ready to go, all these parts in here, and start putting this bad boy back together. Now the way I'm going to do it, as others have done, is I'm going to just start on the manual, and I don't know if I should go by page. Let's see, it's split into bags. So maybe I'll go, each video will be based on a separate bag. So there is A, B, C, D, E, F. And G, H. That looks like it'll be 8 videos. I may condense it depending on how far I go. I'll kind of play it by ear. It's like for example, some of the stuff will take longer, like building the diff and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'll play it by ear and see how she goes. Hopefully I can get this sucker back together. And I'll show you one of the things, the major problem I had with the old car after I hacked it for use in the rock crawler was I had ruined the diff gear. I had locked it all in place so that it couldn't spin. But luckily, with the parts truck I bought, it came with that. The other thing that I did was I hacked this off of here. Originally went like that, so I could use this as a mounting plate for the motor and so on. So once again, the truck came with one, but this thing is, you can tell the guy ran it a lot. She's in rough shape. This one's in better shape. So what I might try to do is I might still try to use this plate. I already tried once to connect these together and it didn't work, but I've got some new aluminum brazing rod and I figured out how to use it, so I might fix it, and then I can even spray this whole thing black again to make it look good. Couple different spur gears. Now this one was modified once again, where I drilled it out and knocked the little some of the tabs off, so I don't know if I can use it or not. I don't think I can, but luckily I've got this one, and I'll have to look through the parts. Yep, there's the hub it keys onto, like so. Not sure which side it goes on, but the manual's for, but you can see this has 2 holes in it to go along with the 2 posts, so it sits on there, whereas this guy doesn't have those nubs or anything anymore, so it would just, you can see the marks where I cut them off. It's interesting. Oh well, I'm rambling on. Makes for a boring video. Next video will be the assembly, so I hope you're interested, and I'll probably start that off in the next day or 2. Till then, take care and talk to you later.